Hello there, my wonderful friends, aunties, uncles, grandparents, and all you beautiful souls out there in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or maybe even your fabulous 90s. It's such a joy to be with you today. I hope you're feeling well, and if not, I hope this little video will lift your spirits, warm your heart, and remind you that your journey is far from over. It's still unfolding in the most meaningful and beautiful ways. You know, in a world that often moves too fast, where youth is celebrated everywhere we look, I want to pause and celebrate you, the generation that has lived through so many seasons of life, each one bringing its own wisdom, laughter, and stories worth telling. You are not just the past, you are the present, and very much still the future. And today, we're going to explore something very special together. Have you ever heard of something called the Blue Zones? No, it's not a travel agency or a new diet trend. It's actually one of the most beautiful discoveries in the world of health and longevity. Blue zones are 5 specific places on Earth where people regularly live to be 90, 100, or even more, and not just alive, but thriving, still active, still connected, and still full of purpose. These 5 magical spots include Okinawa, Japan, where elders grow their own food and gather to laugh every day; Ikaria, Greece, where naps are sacred and meals are slow and shared; Sardinia, Italy, where men in their 90s still herd sheep and walk steep hills without needing a cane; Nicoya, Costa Rica, where people wake up with the sun, eat simple meals, and love their families deeply; and Loma Linda, California, a community of Seventh-day Adventists who live with faith, discipline, and compassion. Now, you might be thinking, well, I'm not moving to Italy or Costa Rica anytime soon. And that's perfectly okay, because the good news is, it's not about the place. It's about the way they live. It's the little choices they make every day, the foods they eat, the people they spend time with, the thoughts they carry, and the simple joys they embrace that make all the difference. And that's what we're here for today. In this video, I'll be sharing 7 gentle, powerful, and inspiring secrets from these Blue Zone elders that you can apply to your own life, starting today, right where you are. No fancy equipment, no extreme changes, just small, beautiful habits that bring more life to your years, and maybe, just maybe, a few more years to your life. So whether you're watching this alone in your cozy living room, or maybe sitting beside a dear friend or grandchild, I invite you to take this time for yourself. Breathe deeply. Relax. And open your heart to the possibility that your most vibrant days might still be ahead. Let's explore these timeless secrets together. Let's begin with something simple, but oh, so powerful, moving your body naturally, every single day. Now I know, the word exercise can sometimes feel like a burden, especially when knees ache and energy runs a little lower than it used to. But that's not what this is about. In the Blue Zones, people don't go to the gym. They don't lift weights or run marathons. What they do is, they move. Naturally. Softly. Often. Imagine this for a moment, a 95-year-old woman in Okinawa slowly sweeping the floor of her home each morning. Not because it's a workout, but because it's part of her rhythm, part of her peace. Or an old shepherd in the hills of Sardinia, walking up rocky paths every day to check on his sheep, not rushing, not panting, just steady, natural movement. That's their secret. You see, the human body was made to move, not aggressively, but continuously. Not with pain, but with purpose. And the beautiful truth is, your body still remembers how to do this. You don't need fancy shoes or a fitness tracker. Just a little walk around your garden in the morning sun. Or watering the flowers and stretching a bit as you reach for the leaves. You could take the long way to the mailbox. Or even dance gently to your favorite old song in the living room, just let your body sway with the melody. These small moments of movement are like little gifts you give to your heart, your lungs, and your spirit. They keep your joints fluid, your blood flowing, and your mind clear. And over time, they add up in the most extraordinary way. In fact, studies show that just 15 to 30 minutes of light movement a day, done joyfully, not forcefully, can extend your life by years. And if you've been sitting for a while today, that's okay. You're not behind. Your body is just waiting for a little invitation to stretch, to move, to come back to life. Maybe after this video, you could stand up and walk around the room. Or step outside and feel the air on your skin. Even moving your arms in slow circles can awaken your muscles and bring you a little spark of energy. Remember, it's not about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it with love. Because every time you move, you're saying to your body, "Thank you. I'm still here. I still care for you." So, my dear friend, what's one small, gentle movement you could do today? Your body is not asking for punishment, it's asking for kindness. Now let's talk about something even deeper than the body. Something that lives in your heart and gives meaning to every breath you take. The second secret from the Blue Zones is this: have a purpose. Know why you wake up in the morning. In Okinawa, they have a beautiful word for it, ikigai, which means a reason for being. In Costa Rica, they call it plan de vida, a life plan. But no matter the language, the message is the same: those who live the longest live with intention. With a quiet sense of why they're still here. Now, that why, it doesn't have to be something grand or dramatic. You don't need to be climbing mountains or running a company at 85 years old. Your purpose can be small, gentle, personal, and still immensely powerful. It could be tending to your little garden in the morning, watching your favorite plant bloom one more time. It could be your grandchildren's laughter on the phone, or the way your dog curls up beside you each afternoon. It could be finishing that quilt you started years ago, or praying for someone you love. Sometimes, it's simply knowing that your smile, your presence, your kindness still make the world a softer place. In Korea, there's a 102-year-old man who wakes up every day to feed the chickens. He says, "They need me." That's enough. And you know what? It is enough. So I gently ask you, what brings light to your mornings? What gives your day meaning, even just a little? Because having a reason to rise gives the heart a rhythm, the soul a compass, and the mind a reason to keep going. Doctors and researchers have found that elders who have a sense of purpose live up to 7 years longer. Not just in numbers, but in quality. Their minds stay clearer. Their hearts stay fuller. And their spirits remain beautifully alive. And here's the best part: it's never too late to rediscover your purpose. It may shift over time. Maybe once, it was raising your children. Now, it could be writing letters. Sharing stories. Calling an old friend. Purpose can be as simple as saying, "Today, I will bring kindness into the world, starting with myself." So if you woke up this morning, my dear friend, that means your purpose is still breathing. You are still needed. You are still part of this great symphony of life. Close your eyes for a moment, place your hand on your chest, and whisper, "There is something for me today." I may not know exactly what it is, but I trust it's there. Because it is. And as long as there's a reason to wake up, there is a reason to keep living, with grace, with joy, and with quiet courage. Now let's pause. Take a deep breath with me. In and out. You've already lived through so many things, changes, losses, joys, and heartaches. You've seen seasons come and go. And through it all, one quiet truth remains: stress is part of life, but suffering from it every day doesn't have to be. In the Blue Zones, the people who live the longest have learned something we often forget in our busy world: they know how to slow down. They know how to downshift, not just with their bodies, but with their minds and hearts. In Korea, Greece, every afternoon, shops close and people rest. Some nap. Some sit in the shade and chat. There's no guilt in stopping. In Okinawa, elders gather in peaceful circles and take time to remember their ancestors, to breathe, reflect, and feel gratitude. In Loma Linda, California, people welcome the Sabbath each week, a full day to disconnect from busyness and reconnect with faith, family, and silence. They all have their own ways, but the message is the same: they make space to pause. You see, stress is like a constant little drip on the soul. And over time, it wears us down. It affects our hearts, our memory, even our immune systems. But when we give ourselves permission to rest, not just sleep, but real rest, we allow the body to heal, the mind to reset, the spirit to breathe. So how can you downshift right where you are? Maybe it's as simple as enjoying a quiet cup of tea, really tasting it, without rushing. Or sitting by the window and watching the trees sway gently in the wind. Maybe it's taking 10 deep breaths when you feel anxious, or closing your eyes and listening to an old song that brings you peace. Perhaps it's saying a quiet prayer, or whispering to yourself, "It's okay. I can let this go." And here's something tender: you don't have to earn your rest. You've earned it already, just by being here. You've carried burdens, raised families, helped others. You've done enough. Now, your rest is not just allowed, it's sacred. Let go of the idea that everything must be fixed, or perfect, or under control. Even the trees know when to be still. Even the ocean has gentle waves. So today, I invite you to create a small ritual, your own way of downshifting. Maybe it's lighting a candle in the evening, or listening to the birds in the morning. Whatever it is, let it be a signal to your soul, you are safe. You can let go now. Because sometimes, the secret to a long, peaceful life is simply remembering to stop, to breathe, and to be. Now, let's talk about something simple, but surprisingly powerful: how much we eat. In Okinawa, the elders follow a beautiful old saying, "Hara hachi bu." It means, eat until you are 80% full. Not stuffed. Not heavy. Just satisfied. Light. Grateful. And that little habit makes a huge difference. You see, in the blue zones, people eat mindfully. They don't rush through meals. They don't eat in front of the television or snack out of boredom. They sit down. They share stories. They laugh. They notice when their stomach feels just enough. And then, they stop. It's not about dieting. It's not about strict rules. It's about listening to the body. Trusting it. Honoring it. Because after a certain age, digestion becomes more delicate. Our bodies need gentler care, not more pressure. And when we eat just a little less, when we stop at 80%, we give our organs room to work, our hearts less to carry, and our whole system a chance to stay calm and balanced. You might remember times when meals were simple, just a bowl of warm soup, a little rice, some fruit. And yet, how satisfying that felt. Because nourishment is not just in the amount, it's in the attention we give. So how can we practice this in everyday life? Before you eat, take a moment to breathe. Look at your food. Say a quiet thank you. As you eat, chew slowly. Savor each bite. Let it nourish not just your stomach, but your spirit. And when you feel that gentle sense of fullness, not heavy, just enough, put the spoon down. Smile. Let it be enough. You can even speak softly to yourself, like the Okinawan elders do, "Hara hachi bu." I honor my body. I stop here. And here's something sweet: eating this way doesn't just help with weight or digestion. It's been shown to reduce inflammation, lower the risk of disease, and help people live longer, with more energy and clarity. So next time you eat, remember, you don't have to fill every space in your belly. Leave a little room for comfort, for breath, for peace. Because a long, happy life isn't about having more, it's about knowing when something is just right. Just enough. Just beautiful. Let's talk about food again, but this time, not how much, but what we eat. In all 5 blue zones, places where people regularly live past 90 and even 100, you'll find something wonderfully simple on their plates: plants. Lots of them. Fresh. Local. Colorful. Wholesome. In Okinawa, they eat purple sweet potatoes, tofu, bitter melon, leafy greens. In Ikaria, it's lentils, beans, tomatoes, wild herbs gathered from the hillsides. In Sardinia, it's chickpeas, barley, olive oil, and vegetables from their gardens. And in Nicoya, Costa Rica, the traditional meal is called the Three Sisters: beans, squash, and corn, straight from the soil. You see, elders in the blue zones didn't choose plant-based diets because of a trend. They simply lived close to the earth. They cooked what grew around them, and their bodies thrived on it. Beans are a staple, rich in fiber, protein, and goodness. A single cup of beans a day can add years to your life. Greens keep your heart light. Whole grains keep your energy steady. And colorful vegetables, carrots, tomatoes, squash, carry little miracles inside them, like vitamins, minerals, and quiet healing power. But don't worry, you don't need to give up everything. Many elders still enjoy small amounts of meat, maybe once or twice a week. In Sardinia, it might be a little cheese from their goats. In Okinawa, a bit of fish now and then. But meat is more like a side note, not the main act. And here's the gentle wisdom in all this: the closer we eat to nature, the more nature supports us. The fewer ingredients, the fewer problems. The more plants, the more peace inside our bodies. So what might this look like for you? Maybe you could start your day with some warm oatmeal topped with banana or raisins. Or make a pot of lentil soup for lunch, with carrots and garlic. You could try replacing one meat dish a week with a simple veggie stir-fry or a chickpea salad. Or just add more greens to your plate, drizzle them with olive oil, and sprinkle with love. You don't have to change everything at once. Just try adding more color to your meals. Let each meal be a quiet thank you to the earth and to the body that's carried you this far. Because when you nourish yourself with foods that are alive, your spirit feels more alive too. And when your food comes from the ground, with care, it doesn't just feed your body. It reminds you that life is still growing, inside you, around you, with every gentle bite. Now let's talk about something that doesn't grow in the garden, but grows quietly in the heart: belonging. In all the blue zones, from the mountains of Sardinia to the beaches of Okinawa, there's a beautiful thread that ties people together: community. Not the kind you find online, but the kind where someone knocks on your door just to check if you're all right. Where someone saves you a seat, remembers your birthday, or brings you soup when you're feeling low. In Okinawa, elders are part of small friendship groups called moais, people who stay connected for life. They meet regularly, share meals, talk, laugh, and simply show up for one another. In Ikaria, neighbors drop by unannounced with olives, bread, or simply a story to tell. In Loma Linda, the faith community gathers weekly, prays together, walks together, cooks together. And you know what's amazing? These simple acts of togetherness, these circles of belonging, are deep medicine. They lower stress, strengthen the immune system, reduce loneliness, and even protect the heart. Because no matter how old we are, the truth remains: we all want to feel seen, heard, needed, loved. So, how can you nourish this sense of community in your life? Maybe it's calling an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. Or joining a small group at your local church or community center. Maybe it's sitting outside on your front porch just a little longer, long enough to wave at the neighbors. Or simply inviting someone over for tea, even if the house isn't perfect. It's not about big gatherings or loud parties. It's about shared presence. Quiet conversations. Someone to smile at. Someone who asks, "How are you today?" and waits to hear the real answer. And if you're thinking, "But I live alone now, but my loved ones have passed on," then let me gently say, you still belong. You still have stories that matter. Wisdom worth sharing. A soul worth knowing. You are still part of this great circle of life. And sometimes, offering a small kindness is the doorway back to connection. So maybe today, you can be the one who makes that first call. Who knocks gently on a neighbor's door. Who smiles at a stranger and says, "It's a lovely day, isn't it?" Because every act of reaching out, no matter how small, is a thread that weaves us back into the fabric of togetherness. And that, dear friend, is a gift to both the heart that gives and the one that receives. Now, as we come to the last secret, the seventh secret that ties all the others together, let's talk about something that transcends time, place, and even age: faith. It doesn't matter what you call it. It could be faith in God, in the universe, in nature, or simply in the beauty of life itself. But what matters is believing in something bigger than yourself. Something that gives you a sense of peace when you feel uncertain. Something that anchors you when the world feels too loud, too fast, or too overwhelming. In the blue zones, faith shows up in many forms. In Sardinia, elders often attend church services and hold strong to the belief that their lives are part of a larger story. In Okinawa, people live with a deep sense of respect for their ancestors, often speaking their names in reverence, feeling guided by their wisdom. In Nicoya, the idea of a higher power, whether through church or nature, gives people a reason to keep going, a reason to smile. But the most important thing is this: faith is a source of strength and comfort. It's a quiet voice that whispers, "You are not alone." It's a hand on your shoulder, a prayer in your heart, a belief that there is meaning in every day. When we have faith, we are able to trust that, even in the hard moments, something greater is looking out for us. Even when we face loss, we trust that we are held by something bigger. Even when the days feel long and uncertain, we know we're part of something beautiful, whether it's the love of family, the wonder of nature, or the kindness of a stranger. And no matter where you are in life, it's never too late to lean into faith. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to follow any particular religion. You simply need to know that you are connected to the world, to the people around you, to the spirit of love and kindness that is always present. So today, I invite you to ask yourself, what gives you a sense of peace? What belief makes you feel grounded, no matter the challenges of life? Maybe it's the quiet moments of prayer. Maybe it's the beauty of the sunrise, reminding you that each new day is a gift. Maybe it's the trust you place in the people you love. Maybe it's a deep gratitude for the life you've lived, knowing that you are part of something much larger than yourself. Whatever it is, let it be a reminder that you are always supported, always loved, and that your life is a beautiful, purposeful part of this vast, ever-changing world. Because faith, in whatever form it takes, gives us something we all need: hope. Hope for tomorrow. Hope for the moments yet to come. And the quiet confidence that, no matter what, we are never truly alone. I hope today's journey through the secrets of the blue zones has left you feeling inspired, ready to embrace the wisdom of those who've lived long, healthy, and meaningful lives. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It helps more than you know. And if you'd like to see more content like this, exploring ways to live a longer, happier life, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. We'd love to have you with us for the next step in our journey together. Share this video with friends and family who you think would benefit from these secrets. It's never too late to make small changes that lead to a lifetime of health and happiness. Thank you for being here with us today. Until next time, take care of yourself, cherish the little moments, and remember, you are never too old to start living your best life. See you in the next video.